Hi guys, thanks for joining All Things Amy today. Today I'm making tomato basil sourdough artisan bread. Start with a half a cup to 1 cup of sourdough starter and then add 2 cups of crushed tomato. One tablespoon of Italian seasoning, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of basil, dried basil, or a half a cup of fresh basil, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. And then give that a little stir just to mix in those spices. The sourdough starter won't break up all the way, and that's okay, because by the time we do the stretch and folds and stir in everything, it will all be perfectly incorporated. But I just give this a really good stir to get those spices incorporated. And then 4 cups of flour, and you might have to get your hands in there to get some of that mixed together, but you don't need to knead it. Then cover it with a wet cloth and wait a half an hour and do your first set of stretch and folds. Then cover with your wet cloth again and wait another half of an hour and do your second and final set of stretch and folds. You can always wet your hand a little bit if you don't want it to get too sticky. Also, if you want to add a little more moisture to the dough. This is very firm, and it could have been a little bit wetter. It would have been fine. Cover with your wet towel and either let it raise overnight or all day long, but at least 8 hours. This has been about 8 hours, and you'll see that it's perfectly ready. You get a little jiggle, and the sides are coming off a bit at the top, a little bit domed. So pull this out onto your working surface. This won't need any flour because the dough is stiff enough. It's not too wet.
I'll put it
Spread it out and then just roll it up like a Tootsie Roll. One direction, then turn it the other direction and roll it up again. And then just take and tuck those ends under, rolling it into a ball, like you form a roll. And you're just tightening it and getting that bottom seam to be connected. Then I put this on some parchment paper and in a bowl about the size you want it to raise. I'm using a banneton, and it's an unusual way to use it, using the parchment paper, but I prefer it so much because it stays so intact, and then when I take it out to cook it, I don't ever have to put it straight onto the counter. It can go straight from this bowl into the Dutch oven. Now cover this and raise it for 1 hour on your counter. And have the oven preheating to 475. And then do any score that you like to do. This is one of my simple ones where I just go across and make it a big X. Cover it and cook it at 475 for 35 minutes with the lid on. And then take the lid off and cook it for 20 more minutes. Smells so amazing. Here we go. Oh, it's a little steamer. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna pull this out. It smells so good. Okay, I'm gonna put it over on the cooling rack so we can really look at it. So it's nice and tall. It's not flat. Great crunch. And we really need to let it wait. We need to wait like an hour before we cut into it. But it's late at night. It's 10 something. We might cut into it just a little bit earlier so you can see, but yeah, this is incredible. You can see where we cut it and how it opened up for us. See that? I really want to cut into it right this second. I'm gonna let it cool for a little bit. I'm like not eating lots of carbs right now. I'm doing a little bit of a keto deal going on here, but I do need to just taste a little bit of this just to make sure, because I just barely designed this recipe, so I really want to see what's going on with it. But my husband will be happy to try it for me, I'm sure. All right, so we not only waited an hour, we waited all night, so it's the next morning. Here's the bread. Oh, wow. Still so crunchy. Let's cut into this and see what's going on. Oh, wow, you can just smell this. Okay, I'm gonna put a little butter on this, and I'm gonna have one little bite. I can't have a whole piece right now, but then I'm gonna have my husband take a bite, and we will see how this tastes. Okay, here we have it with a little bit of butter on it. Don't change a thing. So much flavor. You can really taste the tomato in there. If you have fresh basil, that's one thing I would do differently, but I just didn't have it. But the dried basil is really good too. Okay, this now tomato basil bread. It has real tomatoes in it, crushed canned tomatoes. It has basil, it has garlic, Italian seasoning, a little bit of sugar. Okay, take a bite. See if the flavor is just about right or if it's too strong. It's very savory.
Wow.
You know what?
So good.
Isn't that amazing? You know what would be good on there? Grilled cheese with Swiss cheese.
Oh, wow.
Should I do that? Should I do that for lunch for you?
Yeah, I'm dipping it in some marinara sauce. While I
Even
eat my
more red?
spaghetti.
More red?
So good.
Isn't that good? It would be good with some Swiss cheese melted, and
Maybe a white sauce.
that's what I would do. A white sauce, yeah. You love it?
So good.
Okay.
So good.
So Sammy's the one, my daughter, who was like, okay, I want, because I guess one of the restaurants she went to, they had a tomato basil sourdough loaf.
No.
So I designed this recipe.
That smells so good.
It turned out really good.
That's yummy.
Okay, thank you, honey.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me if you want another piece. I'll slice it up for you. Love you. I hope you make this recipe soon and enjoy it. And remember, all things done with love.